this is Mule. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are well and in peace. This is something that happened on 19th of August 2021. Around midday, the Lord began to speak to my brother and I, and he revealed something for us to pronounce and declare. And he actually started speaking to my brother, and he was told, I want you to declare that from today, all the children born on earth, out in space, or any other places will be part of the army of God. So that took us, well, that took me by surprise because I didn't know. He never explained what he meant in space. I just assumed that maybe there are some kids out in space who have been born out there in space. Maybe they are doing experiments, or maybe there's somebody, an astronaut or something that is out there in space. That because he has revealed there are some people in space, and when this Nibiru thing planet comes, he will leave one or two to testify of things that are happening in the sky. But a lot of them will die, whoever they are that are out there. Of course, they cannot get out of this space. They cannot go to the moon or anything. So, but there are people apparently that are out there. So I found it interesting when he said out in space, and any other places. Any other places that are not Earth, the Earth that we know, he has already revealed to us that there are lands beyond the Antarctica. Okay, so maybe that's another place that there could be people. I have no idea. Or maybe this is also for the future, the people who are going to go in such places, because he has also revealed those lands beyond Antarctic. We are even going to go there, and some people, he'll release some people to habitate some lands there. Okay, so let me read it again so that now that you have understood some things, you have a better understanding as I continue. I want you to declare that from today, all the children born on earth, out in space, and any other places will be part of the army of God. Only human babies born, okay? None other, no an inhuman. Okay, this is just my translation. No humans that don't have souls, okay, as far as he has revealed to us. So let me read that again. Only human babies born, none other, whether they be born of believers and unbelievers, they are the army of God. So let me read that whole thing again. I want you to declare that from today, all the children born on earth, out in space, and any other places will be part of the army of God. Only human babies only, none other, whether they be born of believers and unbelievers who are their parents, they are of the army of God. Okay, and then he continued, mark this date. Child sacrifices will end drastically. This is why I have not wanted any children of remnants to be born before this season, before this particular time. And then as he said this, I don't know whether he's the one who reminded me, who brought it into my remembrance, or it was just my thoughts. But I remembered my friend of mine. She had had a miscarriage the year before, and when she had revealed that to me, that she had had a miscarriage, in my spirit, I just knew she had a miscarriage because the pregnancy was not supposed to be for this time. Her baby was not supposed to have been born at this time. So, but I didn't know why. I just had this knowing, this understanding, but I never even revealed to her what I was feeling. I just kept it in my heart. So I believe it's God who brought it to mind and to confirm that it wasn't me who felt it, was Him who revealed it to me. It wasn't just my assumption. So he continues. No one knows what the make of these children will be, but the pregnant mothers will know there's a difference. The doctors will begin to notice a difference in the births and babies born, and it will and will be shocked. They will testify of the things they will be seeing, and also it will shock some that they will run away from this profession. That's why there will be a need for prophets in every hospital that has a labor ward, and everywhere babies will be born, even in private homes. Okay, so at this time, he had already revealed to us that the revival, when it comes, he's revealing he's releasing the remnants, and remnants are prophets. So he was saying, as many as the prophets that he's going to release through remnants, they'll be needed. They'll be needed in every sector, every industry. There will be That's what he revealed. There will be so many prophets because now, as I said, remnants are prophets. They are operating in the prophetic. So they'll be needed in every industry. They'll be needed in companies. People will be requesting to have prophets or prophets, depending on where the place is, or what it is, and how big the place is. Maybe it's a company that has different branches. Maybe they'll be requesting for branches to have a prophet each or something like that. But God said there will be a need for these prophets, these remnants, and He will release them in every sector, especially hospitals. He's going to this has already revealed that doctors will need the prophetic, will need the prophets because of some things he's going to describe here. Okay, about the makeup of the children. But also, he was talking about the industry, especially different companies, because of the downloads that these remnants are going to be given, the downloads of different sectors, different industries. People will be given blueprints for different things. People will be given cures for diseases. So there will be so many of them that will be needed in the health sector. There will be some industries like he revealed to us that Kenya is going to start making their own computers from scratch. We are going to start making our own cars. There will be car industry for Kenya. From scratch. We are not just importing the parts and putting them or assembling them here like the companies we have, but we're going to make everything from scratch, and it will every industry, every sector will be in need of a prophet because of the downloads that are coming to these industries, the downloads that are coming to different sectors of industries, and they will be needed because the growth economically of Kenya will push will require the need for these prophets, because the Lord will be giving, as I said, solutions. He will be guiding people who have no understanding. Even in the education sector, there will be prophets there because there are some because he's changing the syllabus of education of school kids. He's changing everything to do with education so that he gives the right kind of education, because he wants the children to play more. okay, not to be so burdened in school, and because the parents just want them to stay in class because they cannot afford to stay at home with their children. Now the finances will enable people, the wealth in Kenya will enable people, even if they want to be stay home mothers, or even stay home fathers, depending on the kind of job that you have. So that's what he meant by that about prophets. So it says that's why there will be a need for prophets in every hospital that has a labor ward, and everywhere babies will be born, even in private homes. You have to release and pronounce that this is to be global. That is about the need for prophets. It's to be global, globally available wherever there is a human child birthed. And he kept insisting on that human child, okay? As we know, there are clones, as we know, there are Nephilims already in the world, as you know, there are hybrids, and as you know, the aliens are being coming that are coming are fallen angels. There is nothing alien about them. They're just fallen angels. There's nothing special. Like people are saying, oh, these are the people who are our parents or seeded us. Yeah, they were seeded. They seeded the Nephilims. So, but we are human beings from God. So people are misplaced. Okay, if you're a Nephilim and you're saying that, that's okay with you. But if you're a human being and you keep talking about aliens that seeded you, oh, so sad, so sad for you that you don't know God. So what um, that's just an emphasis on what he said, human childbirth. Okay, these prophets will be there to declare and speak on the destinies of the new lives, the new babies. Okay, so he was told again, speak now and declare all this as the generals, priests, and prophets that you both are. Okay, so he took that time and declared, and he said this: from today, all children that are born, whether born on earth, out in space, or whatever galaxies or any other places created by God, I declare that these children will be part of the army of God, will be part of the army of God, will be part of the army of God. Only human babies born from this date of 19th August 2021, whether born of believers and unbelievers or parents, or rather, let me read that again, whether born of parents who are believers and unbelievers, whether single or multiple births, they are part of the army of God. I pronounce by the authority of Almighty God, in the name of Jesus Christ, by the power of the Holy Spirit, that prophets will be released globally, wherever children, human children, will be birthed, whether in hospitals or private homes. And I pronounce all this in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. So after a while, after he has finished, and the Lord had paused for a while, he continued. He said, "These prophets will be there to declare and speak." That is I repeated that as a continuation from the last sentence he finished. So these prophets will be there to declare and speak on the destinies of the new lives, new babies. This will change everything, because even babies that are days old, weeks, or even few months and years will begin to utter understandable words and even prophesy and release that which they have to, even at such tender and young ages. So just there a few days ago, on YouTube and videos of on TikTok. I mean, I was watching videos about kids, newborns, and a few months and all that. And if you have noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, but these kids are being born with so much intelligence. They are starting to utter words, even a few days old. There's one particular one who said a particular word, and the people, the doctor and the parents, because they were still in hospital. I think it was 1 or 2 weeks old baby. The people were shocked. They were like, "What? Did the people just say?" I can't remember whether it was "mom" or "I love you" or something, because they were talking to the kid, and it repeated back what it was. This is a scary time. And if God is saying doctors will run away from the profession because of the things that they are seeing, or the things that these kids are such an early age they are doing, they are not supposed to, like talking, so you can imagine how it will be. So I continue. It will be a scary thing in the medical profession, and also some mothers, and also to some mothers. But the prophets will help bring some sanity and calm in the wards and hospitals and birthplaces. This is my word, for I have spoken it and declared it. It will happen, it will happen. Thank you, my son, for obeying and declaring, for you shall see all this come to pass soon, and it will shock many, the things that are about to be and to be witnessed. Indeed. Thank you, my children, and I release peace on you. Be at peace. So, this was quite an interesting short clip, short pronouncement, and short, short declaration from God. So, anyway, later on, we were discussing afterwards with my brother, and we were laughing at some imaginations we were having in our, we were talking about. We're imagining um, for this medical professionals to run away from their profession. They will probably see weird things, giftings that these kids, body makeup that these kids will be born with, and it will really scare a lot of people, because we started remembering this movie. I think it's The Incredibles. It's animation, and this last born, the kid, the very youngest kid, they never knew the gifting of these kids. All the other two had already begun to manifest. I can't remember which one, whether it was part one, two. I can't remember which one, but there's a particular one that the kid just the kid's gifting just burst out, and the kid burst out with became fire, a ball of fire. And those are some of the things God has revealed to us. Some kids, some kids of remnants will, the body makeup will be. So we were laughing, and because by now we have already watched all this, and he's already told us the body makeup of some kids. And we were just laughing, imagining a kid is born, and because they're still a kid, they don't know how to control their body makeup, they don't know how to control their gift, or how to operate their bodies. Imagine they become fire when they are born, or when they are being born, or after they have been born. And how shocking that will be to so there are people birthing, part of this birthing, and oh, it will be can imagine, even right now, I can imagine somebody running away. You've the mother has given birth to a kid, and then the kid just becomes fire in the doctor's hands. I mean, right now I can laugh, but at that time I'm sure it will not be a laughing. It will not be a laughing thing. So some of these shocking revelations God has given us about our children's body makeup, it sounds like science fiction, but he told us, yeah, that's why he allowed us to be watching these movies so that we can begin to get an understanding of some particular gifts, some particular body makeup that some of us will have. Okay, so this is also a time where he said, in fact, it was this particular friend who had lost a kid, or rather miscarried, and she was revealed for that she will walk on a wall like the way insects walk vertically on a wall, on hands and I don't know if it's hands and feet or hands and knees, I don't know, but she will walk upright. I mean, not upright, walk on the wall upwards vertically, because the hands and feet will have, I can't remember whether it was described, but you can imagine how Spider-Man, okay, walks on walls or whatever. That's, she was told she will do that. And it's not just once at year, one off experience and that's it. No, it will be her body makeup. So not everybody will have the same giftings or body makeup. But everybody will have something. Everybody will have a gift. Everybody will have what now we can say are superpowers. Because God was saying, to you they are superpowers, but to me, this is normal. Angels do things like this every time. It's just you human beings who have never experienced this with your body. But our spirits operate like this all the time. Okay? So it's just that human beings, we had not never reached this stage, unless now you're in the demonic kingdom. You know these things operate. You know this gift, this not gifts, but these powers operate in the devil worshippers or whoever it is operating in the demonic kingdom. But for Christians, we are always thinking these are demonic gifts. We are always assuming there's no Christian who can be like this. But as I gave you examples in other in one of the videos recently, I explained to you that I explained to you about the body makeup even the disciples of Jesus had after Pentecost. Okay, Paul, he could not be killed. He could not be killed because they tried killing him. They stoned him in the book of Acts. They tried stoning him, and they even killed him, and they dragged his body out of the city where he had been preaching, and they had caught him, and then dumped his body outside, and his disciples just surrounded his body, very shocked and very quiet. Nobody was talking. They didn't know what to do. And then his body just came back together. His bones that were broken came back together. His skin that had been cut, bruised, or hurt, it healed itself. And he rose up again. Life came back to him. And he stood up. Nobody touched him. Nobody, I mean, they must have been very shocked themselves. One shock after another. And he didn't even talk to them. And he went back the place where he had been stoned and killed to continue preaching again. Okay? So that's a kind of body makeup we're talking about. So it's nothing that he's not telling us things about our body makeup that has never been seen or that has never operated. It has. And I also revealed to you about John the Revelator, the one who wrote the book of Revelation. The reason why he was in the island of Patmos when he got that revelation, it was because they tried killing him many ways, but he never could die. I think the last time they tried killing him, they tried boiling him in hot oil. and he could not die. So they just decided, let's just put him in this small island away from it. It was, I think it was far from land, and he was alone. Okay, it was, I don't know how small it is, but I hear it's I understand it's a small island, and he was the only occupant there. So they just left him there to die. Maybe, I don't know whether there was food there, but maybe they left him there to die of starvation or to die of whatever, however he'll die, because now they couldn't kill him. And if they can't kill him in those other ways, how can he die of starvation? I mean, they wanted to get rid of him because they couldn't get rid of him in the normal way. And I also explained about this guy called Simeon Toko Kabango. Simeon Kabangu Toko. He was he was living in Congo, and he could not be killed. The Belgium government could not kill him. The United Nations and probably even the CIA, I think was formed those times. So they tried to capture him. They lied to him that they're taking him to give a talk in United Nations, because they had tried killing him so many times. He was doing miracles and signs and wonders, and he was giving people so much hope in the things that he was telling them. And they tried killing him so many times. They tried removing his heart, operating on him and removing his heart, and so that he can die. And then he wakes up from the operating table and asks them, "Why are you disturbing me? Give me back my heart." You know, and his incredible miracles that happened with him. So after they told him they were taking him to the United Nations, they killed him. I don't know how they did that. And then they cut up his body in small pieces, and then I think they put acid in those pieces and in drums, and they took all these drums in different parts of the world and buried them, or whatever they did with them, maybe some in the ocean or something. And they knew they were rid of him because now he's in different parts of the world. And also his body has been eaten up by acid, or however they could get rid of his body parts. These are human beings doing this to another human being. So after a few days he degenerated. He regenerated, in their offices. The whole person, not in pieces, but he came back just as he was before they killed him. And he told him clearly, it's showing that you people don't want me here in this earth. But let me tell you, I am going, but in a few years' time, okay, in future, I think he said in future, there are coming a people like me. There's coming a release of people like me, and you will not be able to stop us. That's what he told them. So these are the ones now I'm talking to you. God is giving you an example of his children. Their their body makeup is different. So even that's why there will be a need for prophets, because doctors will run away from this kind of. They'll run away from what department is this of genealogy? No, gynecology or something. I don't know what it's called medically, but that department of children, pediatrics or something, of children and births and all that. So a lot of doctors will run away because they will encounter some things probably like this: kids just looking, changing. Some of them can even shape shift, because God told us that even some people will be given that gift whereby they can change, they can become an animal depending on what God wants and what ministry. Maybe He wants to, like a friend of mine was told, he was told that God will change him sometimes even to an animal, because probably he wants the conflict between wild animals and people to be over. So he will be turned into one of the animals to now to talk to the animals, to bring order or something like that. So that, like, for example, the wildebeest migration, for example, like that, or maybe conflict lions and humans, so that they can stay away from human population, with things like that. So those are just examples he gave us. So these are things we see in the demonic world, as in like human beings who are devil worshippers. They change into animals, they change into insects, they can change, their body, they can be changed by demons, by the devil, to this and this. So God was saying, I mean, the devil has no originality. What he does with his servants, he does it because he has seen it from Father. It's not an original thing, he's doing it. So even when Christians will start saying, oh, you guys are demonic, how do you change your, I mean, look at the Bible, it will tell you all this. That these are just examples I've given you. Okay, these are just examples I'm giving you. Elijah in the Old Testament, what did the guy used to do? That time he declared rain after 3 years when there was drought, after he had declared famine and drought. Do you know he ran so fast that he was able to pass Ahab's horses and chariots? Hey, if this does not give you examples of precedents in the Bible of what God is about to do, then you can't be helped. So just leave it with God. We have been told, we have gotten shocked until we have gotten used to it by now, my brother and I and others. So, and we are not the only ones who are talking about it. There are many other remnants who the Lord is revealed that to them. Okay? And he was also revealing to us. I mean, Adam used to talk to animals. So how did he used to talk to them? I mean, a lot of people will say, oh, that was before the fall. When after the fall things changed. Yeah, but the Lord is taking back the world. Backwards. Restoration of all things. The way he's taking it backwards to the way he created it. Okay? So if that does not explain to you, then go and read the book of Revelation. How it ends is generally how the world began. Okay? The way it's ending is the way it began. So the Lord is restoring this earth. The Lord is restoring everything, because it's a time for restoration of everything. Okay? So let me, and not just earth, on earth, even in the cosmos, even in the space, even in the wherever, in creation, everywhere, in the different dimensions. Okay, there's going to be restoration of all things. So there's a lot of things that are yet to be revealed for those people who don't understand, and a lot of things will be revealed by the remnants, because once they go for missions like in the cosmos, ministering to the stars, to the galaxies, they will take other people who are not part of the remnants like them, who have no powers like them, maybe writers, maybe people who can document, because God says there are some things that they'll be able to be documented. He will allow things to be documented so that people can see. They don't have to be told, they will see it. So these people, maybe it's a writer, or maybe it's a journalist, or just a blogger, or it's just somebody who can be anointed by God to describe. Okay, so a remnant will be able to take somebody in particular with them for this ministry, for these prophetic actions, prophetic things that are going to happen either in different dimensions, or in the cosmos, or even in the lands beyond Antarctic. Okay, and then these people will document these things in video, Even in the different dimensions, they will be able to be documented, and these people will be given and they will be anointed to be able to remember everything in detail, to be able to write. They'll be given the right anointing for the right words, the right, because there are some things that are going to be seen that we don't have a vocabulary to explain. So God says He's the one who's going to give the words, who is going to add the vocabulary to explain some things. Okay, so it will be, it's another new era of beginning of end times. So a lot of things will be seen, just as you people will see the different creatures, nephilims and hybrids walking among us again, just like the times of Noah before the flood. The same thing will happen now, but now they will fully manifest themselves. They won't be hiding, looking like human beings. They will fully manifest. The ones that can will fully manifest themselves in the creatures they are. Maybe you will see a lizard walking upright. You will see a crocodile walking upright, and these are this is something that can walk and talk. Okay, and it masquerades as a human being. When you look at it before it changes or before it reveals itself, it looks like a normal human being. Okay, so I've explained beyond what I wanted this video to go, but I hope this opens your eyes and understanding more. And even if you feel that this is so far-fetched, this is fantasy that I'm talking about. No, that's why the Lord wants this thing for me to speak these things and others also to reveal these things, because they'll come to pass. Oftentimes, prophecy is something that probably will even come ahead, maybe 100 years from now. I mean, look at us. We are living in the times. The book of Isaiah actually is being revealed now. Okay, the book of Isaiah is being revealed. A lot of chapters of the Isaiah, book of Isaiah in the Bible are being revealed. This is a time period for them, and he lived more than, I don't know how many, more than 3,000 years ago. Can you imagine? And now is when his words are coming to pass. So prophecy oftentimes is not just for now. The Lord can give you prophecies for years to come. So it's not up to you to start saying, oh, this is not God, so it can't be God. No, it's not your problem. I mean, it's not for you. If you don't want to believe that, it's for that generation at that time. Okay, just as we read the Bible and we see the prophecies that were written, I'm sure not many people wanted to receive those words then, but they are for us now. Okay, the book of Enoch, it was sealed for such a time as this because it wasn't time. Those things that were spoken about Enoch, the way he was walking in and out in the spirit, in and out in the cosmos, these are the times now. What he did, these are the times that are going to be seen. The same thing that he did is what the remnants will be doing. And we will be seeing Enoch. We will be walking with him. We will be walking with different saints. Whoever's anointing you have, whoever's mantle you have, you will be walking with these people, especially for the forerunners. I mean, I keep insisting, especially for the forerunners, because that's what God tells us. You will be walking with these people. If you have a mantle of Moses, you will I've even seen myself. I've met Moses many times, and I have his mantle. And the Lord told me, you will see Moses, you will talk with him and you will walk with him. Even Solomon, the Lord told me, the wisdom that you will have will be beyond even what Solomon had, and you will see him. You will walk with him because Solomon is in heaven. He made it to heaven. He did not go to hell. So all these people that we are going to walk with and see and talk with as remnants, they are going, they are saints. They are people who made it to heaven. We're not going to encounter anybody who did not make to heaven. Okay, so Samson, same as my brother, I revealed in another video that he was told he has a mantle of Samson. He's going to walk with Samson, and we've even seen, we haven't had encounters with him, even as recent as I think the last year. God has brought these people to greet us and to just to encounter us and to let us know these people you're going to walk with. They've even talked to us, and with God's permission, they have talked to us and said how, and God has even told us that they're even competing among themselves to walk with us. There's a big competition in heaven because everyone wants to walk with, even those who are not in the Bible but are in history. He said we are going to encounter so many people, and we are going to know who these people are. Those who are, or even maybe their stories were forgotten. They were written, but they were forgotten or removed from part of the Bible. We're going to encounter these people. So that's just another extra. So let me stop here and thank you so much for listening. And I hope you are encouraged to know that it's not life as normal as we think it, that the future has already started. And once you see the release of the revival and the release of the remnants, because it will come like a Pentecost, it will flow like the powers will be poured like Pentecost, okay? Then you will know things have started. You will know that these people, these remnants who have this kind of makeup, are from God. We will not be defending ourselves. We will not be defending our makeup. We will not be defending the gifts and the makeup of our bodies the way God has done it. No, we won't have time to. We won't have that time to start defending ourselves. Our actions will defend us. The Lord will defend us in everything that we are doing. So thank you so much for listening and receiving all this, and I hope that you keep going back to the other videos, especially the full videos in my YouTube channel, the same name, Mule. Just listen to them, go, because these are full. If you're in TikTok, these are not full messages, you won't get it. But now these are just clips in TikTok. But now if you want the full things, the full revelations, please go to YouTube and just listen to them. And I hope you're going to be blessed. Thank you so much.